everyone. Welcome to another Get Ready With Me. My name is Courtney Leach Hensley, and today 2016 called and I picked up the phone. Back in 2016, it was all about color. It was the clean girl aesthetic was not a thing. We were bright, we were bold, we had the very chiseled, contoured cheekbones, we had very highlighted eyes, big, bold, aggressive eyebrows, all those things. Now in 2016, I was still perfecting my no makeup. Brown eyeshadow was my thing because I knew it looked great with blue eyes, and that's what I did. So now that 2016 is here again, granted, we are going with the pink hair because I definitely at least colored my hair fun colors and not the whole I'm having an existential crisis at 2 o'clock in the morning and I ran to Walmart and bought shit. Not that kind of fun colored hair, fashion color. Today we're going to do a colorful look. As we all know, this is really not my forte. I do more natural. I do more, well, who am I kidding? A lot of times when I do things, it ends up being a full glam look. Not usually with a lot of color though, but we're gonna have some fun with color today. But we're gonna make it into 2016. So it's not gonna be the overly chiseled, overly defined contouring because that is still quite natural. We want to look like ourselves, but better. Not a completely different version of ourselves, and we want to just have some fun with color. Should probably prime my eyes actually real quick. Just gonna use a cream, just a cream primer to kind of help the shadows stay a little bit longer, a little bit better. I'm using one that's got just a pretty little sheen to it. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's the color I'm going to be using. It's got a little bit of a sheen, a little bit of a hint of pink, but let's just kind of quick do this because I totally forgot. So you saw the color that I'm starting with. She's cute. Yes, I could use a brush. I'm not going to use a brush. I'm going to use my finger because I want to pat it on. Per the usual, this is the first time I'm actually wearing it, and What? So you see, I'm just patting it on. It is a duochrome, which, I mean, I can see that. I'm not sure. I'm hoping, really hoping the camera is picking this up. So we are starting with this kind of teal to green, kind of a yellowy green, but a teal to green here on the lid, and as you see, again, just tapping it on. Quickly realizing that I probably should not have done my base face first, but whatever. You guys. Let's just take a moment to appreciate this. Freaking gorgeous. I'm losing my mind over here. So the next color I'm gonna go in with is this kind of like blue toned purple, I guess. So that guy. Yeah. We're doing some freaking shimmers here, bitches. So I'm gonna go in with my pointy but not super dense brush that I do tend to use a lot. So I'm actually going to use this for my outer corner instead of like in my crease like I usually use it for. So we're just going to kind of create that V that I've done in the past, and we are just going to circular motion the shit out of this and slowly build up this purple. because it's a dark color. I barely put any pressure. You see how dark it is. I hardly had anything on my brush. Look how much pigment that has. So we just want to do this slowly. We also want to do it slowly because when you're doing a really colorful look, you don't want to just go and slap that color on, because then you kind of like lose control of what you're doing. Colorful looks, you have to be pretty precise when you're doing it, or else you're just going to end up looking like a really bad, like, paint by numbers that some child might have done. Now that I have that V in there a little bit more complete, I'm just gonna kind of blend it in. And I know I do this layout a lot where I do it just kind of like in diagonal lines. One of the biggest reasons is when you do straight lines, it doesn't look as blended together. So I do diagonal lines. But I just want to blend that a little bit because I don't just want like a V of purple. I want the purple and this duochrome to kind of blend together. And yes, we are going to kind of leave this kind of weirdness up here that looks a bit unfinished, but you'll see why shortly. Also, what you can do if you want to get more of a precision wing, I guess you could say, definitely use tape. You could, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could do a cut crease because those were really, really huge. I could never master them, but I think it's because my background is more natural blended makeup that I can't leave lines. And in hair school, you learn about lines of demarcation, and you don't want to leave like, oh, like here's the bleach, here's the natural hair color. You don't want that, so you blend all that out. And I think that's one of the reasons why I always had such a hard time with cut creases. So I'm just gonna blend this a few more times. I'm feeling kind of like a mermaid right now, and I'm not even mad about it. And I'm gonna do this other eye. All right, now that we're over here looking kind of crazy, I really should not have done my foundation. Oh well. So I'm gonna take this berry color. She's so pretty. Look at that. Probably should do a matte, right? This is a very pigmented color. I really don't have a lot on. And I have a feeling it's still gonna be very bold. So we are going to, do you see that? I swear to you, I hardly touched the shadow. And look how bright that is. Oh my gosh. So we are just gonna kind of blend into that purple. That's why I said the purple didn't need to go all the way over. It could look kind of goofy, kind of crazy, and that would be okay. So we are just going to kind of blend on that brow bone into that purple a little bit. I'm trying to decide. It's Astrid. I'm trying to decide if I want to pull, you know what, let's pull the pink. Let's see what happens. I don't like that. So let me clean that off real quick. That felt a little too like bubblegum for me. And I mean, you can still see it, but I'm thinking once I do some liner, we won't be able to notice it as much. So on this side, we're gonna do the same thing. We're just hitting that brow bone, blending into the purple a little bit. Oh, this brush, I feel like people use this brush a lot for highlighters because it's kind of like flat. It's very loose, like it's not a dense brush at all, which is why I like to use it for eyeshadow, because it's not gonna like throw like a bunch of color on. Like it's not gonna like really pack it on. It gives you a chance to blend that shit a lot better. So we're just blending this. And because I know I've stated this before, I do have more of a hooded eye. I'm gonna kind of take a peek at my eyelids see if it looks like anything is eating anything, and then just kind of adjust it from there. I'm gonna, it looks like I actually do need to bring this purple up just a little bit here, because it's definitely not high enough, especially in like retrospect to that. Again, eyes are sisters, not twins, but I'm a perfectionist. So I'm gonna try to get this to look as perfect as I possibly can. I'm gonna throw some liner, some mascara on, and then we'll come back and we'll talk lips, because I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what I want to do. I got a couple ideas. I went with more just like a soft kind of neutral pink for blush, because we've got a lot of color and we don't need to have a bright shade of blush. We don't need to fall into that whole blush blindness bullshit that seems to be happening quite a bit lately. Which is also kind of why I'm like nervous about my lip color. Do I do something that is bold and beautiful? Do I do my like favorite everyday, so the eyes stay the focus? Do I do the two? Because I kind of feel like we were definitely, you know, overlining some lips, two-toning the lip. So I don't know. Oh, also I did throw a little bit of highlight on, because we definitely were highlighting to the gods as well, like the shimmer highlight. But being 46, I'm not going to necessarily do that, because that will settle into my crow's feet a little bit, and we're not trying to look older than what we really are. So let me just kind of try to figure out real quick which lip I want to do. We're not going to play it quite so safe. Okay, I'm liking this. So this color right here is Rebel Kiss. But I am going to go over it with Mary, which is from the collection that's coming soon. I just decided, looking at the two colors, I just wanted something kind of in between. I didn't want something so bold, and I didn't want something like so neutral. So I figured, why not just do the two? So I put a thin layer of Rebel Kiss on, blended it out. We blend in this house. Blended it out, and now I've topped it with Mary. We got a little bit of color. I feel like my eyes are still super standing out. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm just gonna quick do one more thing. I think that completed the look. That definitely, that did it. That was what I was looking for. Okay. Now I think 2016 has called. I think I've answered the phone, but with a little bit more modern take on it, instead of it being like full-blown 2016. We got the fun pink hair that was really popular. I had pink hair in multiple versions for just more than 2016. I didn't have the bold brows. Like I said, I didn't do like the full-on like hardcore like chisel and highlight and stuff like that. But I am really excited about this look. I've seen something that I've been inspired by, kind of like these colors, for a while, and I just, you know what? Today was the day to try it. So here is my We Brought Back 2016 colorful makeup. Yes, I like clean girl aesthetic, and no shade to those that still do it, but you know what? I am not mad that it is kind of out and that we are back to doing fun, bold colors. So here is my colorful 2016. Let's also again appreciate this duochrome. Oh, she's so pretty. Is she part of Riot Rogue? She just might be. Guess you'll just have to kind of keep an eye out. October 1st. So anyway, here it is. Tell me what you think in the comments. Are you a clean girl or are you more of a colorful girl makeup? So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next Get Ready With Me.